KLOS, the Bucket Bride program. This is going to be fun.
In the room, we've told you about this most of the morning. In fact, listener Scotty has been preparing for this. We have Bob Newhart with us. And Bob, let us try to set this up for you. You may or may not be at Courtyard. You're aware of the fact that on the original Bob Newhart show, there were a lot of groups of college kids around the nation who would watch the program, and each time the name Bob was said, they'd take a little swig. Well, in a very light-hearted, very protective way this morning, listener Scotty called up, and he basically volunteered to take a shot at Jack Daniels.
Every time we said Bob.
Yeah.
And to be your yes man, being the Hollywood type that you are, you know, you need a yes man wherever you go.
And Scotty has a certain thing.
Hey, that's enough to say Bob now.
All right, so you're cut off at this point. Scotty, first of all, meet and say good morning to Bob Newhart.
Good morning, Bob Newhart.
Hi, Scott. How are you doing?
Okay.
Now, Scotty, you know how this works, and Bob's to let you know, every time...
Bob.
No, he doesn't.
Say Mr. Newhart.
Say Robert, say something else instead of Bob.
All right, the Mr. Newhart. Every time you say you want something agreed with, or you just want a reaction, a positive reaction, you have to go, isn't that right, Scotty? And then Scotty will say...
Yes, Mr. Newhart, connoisseur of comedic cult and who is taping a Super Showtime special specifically satisfying supporters of subtlety.
After 12 shots of Jack Daniels! Yes, sir, Scotty!
So he's there for you, Bob.
Get it? All right. Hey, I've been working my ass off over here.
All right, now, Scotty, listen.
I was looking at doubles.
All right, now, Scotty, listen. Listen to us now. Whenever Mr. Newhart says, isn't that right, Scotty, you got to be ready to read your thing, okay?
You got it.
And we need you to do it with some excitement, 110%, okay?
Hey.
Scream it into the phone.
All right.
All right, so you be listening carefully.
Scotty wanted to do this because he's a major fan of yours as well.
You bet.
All right, first of all, let's talk about something that we learned when Bill Daly was on the show about a month ago, and we were really buzzed by this. Bill told us that after he had finished the project he was working on, the I Dream of Jeannie movie, he was getting ready at that time to join you and the rest of the cast from the original Bob Newhart show to do a kind of a return to the Bob Newhart show. Has that already happened?
We, last week, yeah.
You filmed
last
it.
week, yeah.
And were you happy with it?
Very much. Yeah, it was, it turned out, it was actually the 19th anniversary. It wasn't the 20th anniversary. But we taped we filmed the pilot, and it was the 20th anniversary of the pilot, and CBS said, that's fine.
That's good for us.
That's
There's
good
a
enough.
reason to put it on the air.
19 years.
Yeah!
It's a long-awaited show. Is this going to be an hour-long special, or...?
It's an hour-long special, and it's done like an episode of the Bob Newhart show.
Are 19 years older, all the characters, and you deal with that.
Yeah.
And you're still dealing with the same patients and all the...
Well, you know, Mr. Carlin, I mean, we have Susie and myself and Peter and Marcia and Bill and Mr. Carlin. Those are the people who are on it. And, I mean, if aficionados of the show must realize that Mr. Carlin was worse in the 6th year than when he first...
Yeah, you really screwed him up.
I wasn't very good.
Well, now, let us ask you this, in that, you know, this is a one-time taping situation, we're assuming, and the people that are really, really big fans of yours and the original program would probably kill to get a ticket to see the taping of this show. Was there any special thing done to bring in this audience, or did you just kind of open it up to whoever wanted to come by?
We just whoever wants to...
Man, you could have made a few dollars on that one, Bob. Cut a deal or two.
Well, it's the old... I get calls, you know, or get letters. Where can we get the old album? And you can't find them too much anymore. So we're going to do a lot of the old album routines.
Really? The telephone call you're talking?
Yeah, we're Sir Walter Raleigh, driving instructor, and King Kong. And
now, could you maybe a little later in this interview? Would you mind doing just a little bit of one of those?
Okay, I'm trying to think which one would hold up, you know, by itself. You know, just.
Well, think of one because we'd love to hear it.
Right, sure.
The first time I'd ever seen you was you were on stage, I think some variety show doing that, and I was like, oh my God, my dad and I laughed so hard. Now, it must have been great to get the cast and crew back for this.
It was weird. It really was, you know, Yogi Berra's deja vu all over again, you know, but it was, you know, not seeing the people, because we had seen the people, you know, we'd kept in touch, we'd see each other. But seeing them, like Bill in his uniform, in the lobby and in my office, that was like
Was
weird.
the crowd, was the crowd that came as buzzed to see all of these originals put back together, and was the sometimes you go to a taping of the show and it's magical, and the electricity is in the air.
I think so, yeah. It's going to be on the 23rd of November, and it was really, it really went well. And a very unusual idea of doing an episode of, like, 19 years later of the show, and
Really
within that format, then dropping in the clips.
Not working.
And every time Marcia would walk in, or Bill or Susie, they'd get applause from the...
Isn't that great?
Oh, God. I just can't wait.
Not working together as a team for 19 years, the Bob Newhart Show had a pace all its own. The original pace. Was that easy to get back? The feel of it?
It's funny. It was. It really was. It was. First of all, it was great writing. It just was absolute. We had some of the best writers in the business. We had
any of the original ones from
Patchett and Tarsus. No, no, not on this. But Patchett and Tarsus, the Charles brothers, who went on to do Taxi and then went on to do Cheers, and Lorenzo Music and Dave Davis, and I mean, that's where it starts. It starts with the writing, and then you take just a great cast, that was really talented and really an ensemble cast, and put those together, and it works.
One of the things that Bill told us about was that after you have received the written page on your program, you like to run through it maybe one time, but that's about it. And now, what are your reasons for that?
Well, that's really from nightclubs. I mean, that's where I started. Stand-up, and you get down on the material if you rehearse and rehearse
over and over and
so
over.
I like to go in a little loose, and it wasn't fair to some of the other people. They would have liked to rehearse more, but
also kept them on their toes, I would think.
Oh yeah.
Well, do you find, and this is really interesting, in that most of our radio program we do, fairly unscripted, and when we do have something scripted, it's loosely done, and we don't run through it much.
In fact, we'll screw it up on purpose if it's going too smoothly.
And a lot of times we find that if there is anything funny in there, it's usually a little bit funnier because of the fact that you kind of don't know exactly where it's going to wind up.
And you're laughing at yourselves as well.
Which is easy to do. Actually laugh at us, frankly. We got to talk about the end of your TV show here with Suzanne Plachette, where, first of all, it must have been one of the bigger moments for you, because everybody in the world, probably as we did, said, my God, that...
Having some trouble with CBS at the time. They were moving us around from...
Oh, wait a minute. CBS giving you problems? I mean, the network?
Yeah,
I know you finally...
Wow, man.
Networks usually are so giving.
Hey, guys, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Anything you want to do.
If you're not familiar with what we're talking about, the end of the Bob Newhart show that was just, it ended a year ago, didn't it?
Year and a half.
A year and a half ago. Okay, and the ending was Bob woke up next to Suzanne in the old set in the old bedroom of the Bob Newhart show, and the whole series, the whole new Bob Newhart series was a dream.
I just had a good...
the set got applause.
People
saw the
bedspread and
started applause.
Yeah.
But I was having trouble with CBS. I'm not now, but I was at that time.
Yeah, go ahead and kiss up for a while, Bob. Make sure everything's smooth over there, baby.
That's the wrong program.
Not now. Not now, though. Oh, God, they're great.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
It's real good now.
But they were moving. They'd have us on at 8 o'clock and at 10:30, and it was try to find Bob this week.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking of leaving. In the 7th year, and we were at a party, and Susie was there, and my wife Jenny said, if you go off this year, and I wound up going off a year later, she said it really should be a dream sequence, because St. Elsewhere did a dream sequence, and Dallas did a whole year of dreams.
Right.
And she said you should wake up in bed, and and Susie's there, and the whole thing was a dream. And I said, what a great idea. And then
Now, did you like the idea immediately, or did you have to kind of work with it?
Well, then I gave it to Mark and Mark, who were our writers, producers, and they did the whole thing about the Japanese buying turning the whole town into a golf course.
Oh,
And you were saying that to hide the ending from the tabloids and those people, the spies, so that it doesn't come out in the newspaper before the ending happens, you made up a mock ending.
We put in an ending we never intended to shoot of, isn't that right, Scotty?
Yes, Mr. Newhart, connoisseur of comedic calls, and who is taping a Super Showtime special specifically satisfying supporters of subtlety.
Yes.
That's a good job,
Yes,
sir.
Scotty.
He's getting money for this, Bob.
Scotty, lie down. All right?
Lie down.
All right, good job, Scotty. Okay.
Okay.
So a mock ending of you were going to be hitting the head with a golf ball.
I was hitting the head with a golf ball, which happened in the original, and then I go up to heaven and I'm talking to God and about this strange inn that I had, where the maid was an heiress and so and so, and people were betting on whether it was going to be George Scott or George Burns, who God was going to be,
Yeah.
and we had no intention of ever shooting it, so we managed to keep it quiet.
You know, how we watch this show, and there's so many different people that are so very, very funny. Where did this timing of yours, where you literally, and your ability at keeping a straight face while the place is absolutely falling down around you, where did that come from? Was it the stage that you learned this, or just the way you did it as a kid, or whatever?
It was probably Jack Benny. I mean, Jack timed a joke better than
God almighty.
anybody in the world.
He was your inspirational into this.
Yeah, and he wasn't. I've said Jack wasn't. He was the bravest comedian I've ever seen work, because he wasn't afraid. He wasn't afraid of time. He would take the time it took to tell the joke because he knew it would pay off. And there are a lot of comedians who would panic and have to get a laugh every 30 seconds. So I watch Jack a lot, and it's like a jazz musician. You know, you kind of hear it in your head. It's like a metronome. You kind of hear it, and you do it.
What were you doing before the original Bob Newhart show? They came and asked you to be Bob Newhart of the Bob Newhart show. What were you doing then?
Well, I was doing stand-up. That was the question I most often got in letters and things like that was, did you do anything before this? And I made a record album, and for like 12 years before that, I was doing stand-up comedy.
So producers saw you and said, let's develop a show around him and his timing.
Well, yeah, and it kind of works today because like Roseanne, you had the persona there, you know, and Tim on Home Improvement. I mean, yeah, you don't have to spend 5 episodes explaining who somebody is. You know, I mean, it's right
Like
there.
ourselves.
Right.
Yeah, we're still explaining that one.
And we're on our 14th. All right, one more time.
No, my PR people said, stay away from television as much as you can. Don't bring up television.
No, it's not a sore spot. We have no ratings. No one sees it, and that's perfectly fine with us. Now, again, we don't want to be stingy because we have a lot of people that want to talk to you, and we will get to them at some point. Let us tell you that are listening to the program, we have 225 pairs of tickets to see Bob Newhart's Showtime taping Friday night, and then another.
So
200.
ticket sales went well then, I guess, huh?
So we got 225 pairs for Friday night, and then 225 pairs for Saturday night. This is going to be at the Raymond Theater in Pasadena. You got to be 18 years or older.
And a jacket's required for men? Wow, dress
Are
code
they
to
really?
see, Bob.
I
Yeah.
didn't
Jeans are okay.
Wow.
We're giving away the tickets today, the Friday tickets today. So if you would like to go, you've got between now and 10.
No, they can go until 11.
And go till
All right,
11.
why don't we do it at 10?
All right, don't call yet, and right before the show ends, you can start calling.
Very well organized.
Yeah, we got it
absolutely.
together. Bob. We
You know,
discuss it while we do it.
concise. We rehearse a lot
Yeah,
here
boy.
on the program.
So now, okay, even if you call now, you can't get them. Let's wait until 10 o'clock so that we can open up the phones for questions for Bob, and then we'll do the Saturday night tickets tomorrow. And so, again, this is a rare... what will they see in this Showtime special? What are you going to be doing?
They will see a lot of the
albums?
old record routines.
God, that'll be fun.
Is it fun for you to go back and do those?
Yeah, it is fun. I do some colleges, and it's fun to do. I do like 2 old routines, and it's fun to find out it still works. You know.
To stand on stage with a make-believe phone and a make-believe person on the other side of the phone. First of all, the talent for that is, when watching you, is you don't realize, but you're repeating everything that caller would say, which you actually wouldn't do on a telephone. But the way you do it, the subtleties in which you use, it's just brilliant the way that comes out. Where did that start, the telephone bit?
Lonely childhood? Is that what's happening? Is that what's going on?
Well, I'm not the first one to do it. I mean, you know, Shelley Berman did it before me. The phone and the phone has been like a prop for a long time. It's
But you were known for that for years.
yeah. George Scott said to me one time, I think, you know, it's one of the great actors of all time, along with Brando. and Pacino, and I won't go into all.
Sucking up again, Bob?
No. I just
Covering all them bases.
Did you want to mention Bill Daly or?
Let's get them all in there while we can.
Well, no, Bill wasn't acting. That was Bill.
Okay.
You saw that was Bill.
Yeah, we did.
But George Scott said to me, he said, how do you, in that gruff voice, he said, how do you do those telephone routines?
well, sir.
I said, well, George, I just, I leave enough room for the person to say what they say, and then I answer. Amazing, that's amazing, absolutely amazing. I thought to myself, I said, no, Patton's amazing.
This is comedy, is what this is.
All right, we have to take a quick break, then we will be taking phone calls.
Commercials.
Isn't that right, Scott?
Yes, Mr. Newhart, connoisseur of comedic calls and who is taping a Super Showtime special, specifically satisfying, supporting of Subtly.
Subtleties.
I had to do that. I just had to do that.
How many shots so far, Scotty?
Well, you guys been saying bad, so that's, I would say about 14.
All right, no more.
Yeah.
But I'm mixing it. I'm mixing it with
an
Coke.
Emmy and a Peabody Award, and to be known for
I ain't going to have no OD now.
Yeah.
Okay, no more, Scotty.
We're cutting you off.
Hey, can I ask y'all a favor?
You're not a pilot, are you?
No.
Yeah, go ahead, Scott.
Can I have y'all can you guys give me an autograph of all your pictures and all?
Yeah, we sure
course.
can. And you're going to hang with us because we're not done with you yet. We just want you to stop drinking.
All right.
No more drinking. Just now react whenever Mr. Newhart comes to you.
Not Bob.
No, not Bob. So no more drinking, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right.
Thank you for let me have this opportunity to play this game with you.
More than welcome, Scott.
Yeah, Scott, we appreciate you doing it, bud. All right, so again, if you have any questions for Bob, feel free to call the request lines. We'll get you in. Beginning at 10 o'clock, your chance to... We, first of all, really appreciate you allowing us to do these tickets like this. Yeah. You're going to have a chance to go see Bob Newhart on stage doing a lot of the old routines that you love and remember, and he'll be there in Pasadena Friday and Saturday. Today, we'll give away only the Friday night tickets. That'll begin at 10 o'clock.
All right, coming up, we'll be playing Ask Bob. Don't go away. KLOS, the Mark and Brian program.
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking.
Yeah.
The Spanky. 95.5 KLOS, 25 minutes after 9. All right. We have to go to the phones.
Okay.
What? I know, we just started a conversation. We wanted to finish it, but we'll do it in a minute.
Well, okay, let's go follow it. Give them a then we'll come back and ask more of mine.
You want to come over to my house later? We can just talk.
Sit around, look in his refrigerator. If you like ketchup, he's the spot. He's the place to be.
It's some kind of mushroom thing. Not sure what it is.
Not sure if it's that or meat cake.
That's right. Doug?
Yeah.
You're on the air with Bob Newhart.
Hey, Mark and Brian, like you.
Like
you too. Hang on, Doug. We got to get Scott back on the phone just in case Bob needs him.
You never know.
I'm going to say, hi, Bob, love you, too.
Scotty, are you there?
Yes.
All right. Okay, good.
All right, hang there, Scotty. All right, now, Bob. What's his caller's name?
That's another drink.
Doug. Yeah. All right, Doug, go ahead. You're on the air with Bob Newhart.
Hi, Bob, big fan of your shows. My question to you today, do you plan on going into any movies or doing any additional stand-up tours?
All right, Doug, do that one more time. He'll let us help you with those.
Oh, okay. Bob, just wanted to know if you plan on doing any movies or additional stand-up tours.
Bob, do you plan on doing
Oh, come on, guys.
any movies or stand-up tours?
Well, my movies have not been all that
I don't want to pass
successful.
that on you.
I said they would go directly to the airlines, and they wouldn't even show them in theaters. I'm doing tours right now. Yeah, I'm doing. I go out in November. I go out to Champaign, Illinois, and West Point. So.
Do you like the small clubs kind of thing in colleges and?
I enjoy the colleges, yeah, and it's. I mean, that's where I started, so it's kind of it's fun. It's still fun.
Is there anything, you've had the two very, very successful series at this point, and you got the Showtime taping coming up, but now you got a little room there, and you can kind of do really whatever you'd like to do. Is there anything that you've always wanted to do, but the television show schedule kept you from doing it?
No, I pretty much done what I wanted to. I mean, the only thing I haven't done would be stage, and I'm not sure I would enjoy that. I don't think I would enjoy doing the same thing every night,
Mm-hmm. The same show, same...
But I mean, I've done records, I've done stand-up, I've done television, I've done film, and, that's...
Well, obviously, the question now at this point, would you be interested in conversations about another television series?
Well, we're talking probably fall in '92 for another series. Yeah, I love it. I just love.
That's what you enjoy.
I love the process. Yeah.
Very cool.
The day-to-day thing. How many hours at work a week did you work?
How many hours a day first on his TV series?
It was Monday through Friday, maybe 10:30 to 4:30, like that. It's not terrible. It's not awful.
But what would happen on a day where... the reason we ask, we are big fans of the Andy Griffith program, the old Andy Griffith.
Yeah.
And we read books about it, and we found out that one of the things that Andy did was on a day, like on Monday, they would have their first read-through of the script. And in many cases, Andy would always say that if the words aren't right at the very beginning, then you have nothing. And he would sometimes take that home and redo it himself or have it redone. What about on a day when you go in and you didn't like it? What do you do then?
Well, I had one occasion. I specifically on the first show said I didn't want children because I didn't want to do that kind of show. I didn't want to do precocious kids saying, being smarter than the parents.
Plus, you hate children, right, Bob?
Except for the 4 that I had.
Of course, those 4.
Well, they're mine.
Yeah.
So hell.
And so in the 6th year of the show, they sent me a script, and Emily was pregnant. So I read it, and I called up the producer, and Mike Zinberg, and I said, "Gee, it's a funny script." He said, "Oh, we were afraid you might not care for it." I said, "No, it's very funny." I said, "Who are you going to get to play Bob?"
What about this business in that it is...
But to answer the question, part of it is they're not all going to be gems. You just
Get it on the radio?
maybe you do 22, and maybe 4 aren't great, and that comes with the territory.
We've asked this question before, and probably every time we have someone we're big fans of in the room. But did you know during the original Bob Newhart series, when did you know that was a gem? How many shows into it, or maybe a season, or...
Well, see, there was a Saturday night lineup, which was All in the Family, MASH, Mary Tyler Moore, us, and Carol Burnett.
Wow.
And then Acre Creature feature came in at 12:30.
That's right.
Just so you know.
We all live for that one.
And we always kind of lived in the shadow of Mary Tyler Moore. And I went to CBS in like the 5th year and said, "Would you move us? Because I think we're really doing good stuff here." The show became a hit, kind of in syndication, once we got away from that golden spot in the lineup that we had. Yeah.
The ratings were good, though.
Ratings were very good. Yeah.
But you just you felt as though you were overshadowed by the sandwich process you were in there on Saturday night.
I felt, Mary's show it was so good. It was one of the best cast shows ever on television, and I'm not taking anything away from it. But we also felt we were doing pretty good stuff, and.
Plus, you hated Mary Tyler Moore, didn't you, Bob?
All except for the one that he has. Yeah. And, well, now let's ask you this. This business can be a real tough-skinned, nasty kind of deal, and you've been doing it for a long time. What kind of things have you picked up that have enabled you to survive as long as you have and will survive?
Well, he's just standing there, just like...
Mainly, I have a wife who reminds me that don't get full of yourself, So she brings me back down to earth and that kind of thing.
On a daily basis.
Yeah.
Now, have you been married to the same woman for ever?
Well, not ever, no. I was a child for a while. 28 years.
28 years.
One lady for you?
One lady, same lady.
And how is it that she has put up with late nights, long hours, weekends, whatever?
Getting in bed with Suzanne Plachette.
Yeah.
She said if the public ever found out who you really are, because there's a very sick person underneath all this charm that you're seeing.
With all of us.
Seen you on Carson quite a few times, and that sick person tends to come out a little bit more. Just a little mischievous guy. And, you don't see you with a smile on your face a great deal on television.
That's true.
That's your character, kind of straight-faced and funny. But it's so fun to see you like on Carson. It was big. You're showing your teeth. You're laughing, and you're laughing at things that you usually wouldn't laugh at in the episode. And there is another side of you.
It's cool to see.
All right, we'll take another phone call here. Would this be Darren? Hello.
Hello,
All right, what's your name?
Linda.
Okay, go ahead, Linda.
That's
Hi. I was just wondering, are you still real good friends? I'm talking to Bob now. With Don Rickles?
Oh, very much, yeah.
Yeah. Do you do anything with him? I mean, not that way, but do you do any kind of shows with him?
Oh, you heard about that, Linda, right? There was one time...
Speaking of the way you really are.
Yeah, we're very good friends. We travel together. We went last year. We went to Germany and to Italy, and we just have a great time. And we're opposites, I guess. But
Yeah.
he's like Muzak. You know, people say, "How can you be with him 24 hours a day?" Well, you don't listen. You know, you don't pay any attention.
in the back of your head.
It's just like background music.
Sure it is.
And every so often you
plug it
check in to find out what he's talking about.
And if you like it, you stay with it for a while until you reach your floor.
You know, Don Rickles, speaking of Don Rickles, would have to be one of the truly very, very funny men, in that he was doing that kind of comedy when nobody else would step up there and do that. And I've seen him even lately, where he says things, I go, my God, how does he get away with it?
I know.
Just an extremely funny man. What kind
He's
of...
great to watch. He's great to I love watching comedians anyway. I just love, that they make me laugh. Just it's fun for me to watch comedians.
What kind of guy is Don for real? Human being.
He is the exact opposite of the way he appears. He's very caring. If he felt he offended someone, he would be terribly upset. It's to me. I watched him one time at the Sahara. We were in the audience and he was on stage, and there was a guy in the front that had a really bad hairpiece,
I could already.
And Don would walk by him and wouldn't say anything. I was waiting. He's got to say something. And finally walked by him. He said, "No one would ever guess, sir." And this poor guy had to sit there for another hour with everyone knowing it. He had a bad rug on.
When he goes too far, I kind of enjoy that too. When he goes too far and he knows it, and you're right, then the caring individual comes out a bit, and he'll go back. They'll go to commercial or something. If the camera's still on him, he'll go up to that person and pat him on the back and say, "Look." I mean, that happens on this show a great deal too. Sometimes you don't mean to, but you go too far. The people will not take it like it should be taken. All right, let's go to. I think I'm not even going to say the name. We're just going to try this. Who would this be? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pac Bell. I'm talking to you.
All right, Tom on 10. Tom?
Tom, yeah.
Groovy. Go ahead, Tom.
How you doing? Hi, Bob.
Hi.
I love your shows.
Thank you.
Hey, Bob, I'm from Chicago just like you are.
Yeah.
And my mom grew up in the same neighborhood as you did. She lived at 6000 West on Mason.
Oh, sure, yeah.
That's right around where you did. And about 25 years ago, you were performing at Mr. Kelly's. Do you remember a place called Mr. Kelly's?
Yeah. I'm not totally brain dead,
I pick up a few things.
But my mom got a group of her friends to come down, and they went down to see you and stuff, and she tried to slip a note in to say, "Hi, this is Jacqueline Donahue, to remember me." And it was her big moment to be someone special with all her friends, and you said, "Vaguely." Do you remember?
Not really.
But I pick up a few things.
Hang on, you have rice pudding dribbling from your chin. You might want to take care of that, Mr. Newhart. Okay.
Basically, what I was really hoping we could do is give her a call. Is there any chance we could call my mom? She's sitting at home. She doesn't know we're calling. I talked to my dad, and I got all this information. I guess when you guys were 10 years old, you used to go to the movie shows together with a group of people. Jane McPartland was another person. Do you remember that?
Jane McPartland?
Yeah.
Yes, the State Theater, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And that was like one of my mom's best friends, and
all right.
This probably was one of the tag-alongs.
Hello, Tom? We're going to put you on hold here. I'm going to pick up and get the number, okay?
Great.
All right, so you don't mind doing this, calling the guy's mom?
All right, Tom.
All right, now this will be a lot of fun, especially if she has no idea who you are. This will really make it a real special deal, which, we'll see how that goes. Well, first of all, again, let us remind you listeners that beginning at 10 o'clock, you'll have a chance to call up the request lines and get 225 pairs of tickets to see Bob Newhart's Showtime special. He's taping it Friday and Saturday night in Pasadena.
Oops.
So, what, we hang up on him?
Just hang up on him. Well, we can call his mom, though.
Yeah, we got that going.
Bob.
We got that going. All right,
you get him back over there. And we're going to put 7...
All right, so don't call till 10 for those tickets, okay? And then tomorrow, we'll have the other 225 pairs of tickets. It's very cool you let us do this. 225 pairs for a Saturday night show in Pasadena. So do you think it'll be funny or anything?
Well, no, we're not planning on being funny.
If it happens,
always wise not to.
It's dramatic, yeah.
Don't expect it to be cute.
Tom, hang up your phone.
Tom, hang up your phone, bud. We're trying to dial you back. Okay? And also, Mr. Newhart has been kind enough to say that he will, in fact, do one of the old bits for us.
Jackie?
Which do you plan to do this one that you're going to do Saturday?
Brian program. We're calling from
Well, no, this one is it's a piece of a routine that never really worked, but I loved it. I just loved it.
Cool. We can't wait to hear
Okay.
it. Right now, I think we got Tom's mom on.
Yep, they're both here.
They're both here. Okay.
Are they pushed in on the thing?
Jackie?
Yeah.
All right. And Tom?
Yeah, hi.
All right.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, hi, John.
How you doing?
What are you doing?
Hey, Tom, why don't you tell your mom what's going on?
Hey, Mom.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here at home right now, and radio program Mark and Brian, you've heard me talk about them millions of times, and you watch their show every Sunday, don't you, Mom?
Oh, of course, yes.
Good one, Tom. Thanks for that one, big fella.
They were the ones.
Well, anyways, they got they were the ones. They got your long lost friend Bob Newhart on their program right now, and he wanted to call and say hi.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That would be awful.
Say hi, Bob.
That'd be awful.
Yeah.
Hi, Jackie. How are you?
Fine. How are you doing, Bob?
Just fine. Where were you on Mason? What number?
36.
We were 20.
36 North, just a couple of doors down from you.
Yeah, we were 26.
Yeah.
Well, now, I'm sorry, your name, ma'am? Jackie. Jackie.
Yes.
Now, Jackie was...
Donahue Broderick.
right. Was Bob living in the neighborhood when you were?
Yeah.
And did you know Bob?
Yes, I did.
Bob, did you know her at the time?
Yeah.
Did Bob ever take you out?
No, we were like in 8th grade and
Oh.
freshman, and then I moved away from there, but he used to sit up in his bedroom window playing the drums all the time.
Or playing with something. You never know what the hell's going on there.
I was always playing the drums.
Well, Jackie, you must be very excited that you're speaking to Bob Newhart now.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Were there any bad rules, like, rumors like you don't pass Bob's house after midnight type of thing, or anything like that going
Not
on?
that I know of, no.
All right. Well, Jackie, your son wanted to do this for you, so there you go.
Okay.
Jackie, whatever, have a fabulous day, and we hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, Mom, thanks for having so much fun with
Hey, Tom, your heart's in the right place, bud. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right. Now, we're going to take a break here.
He's going to do a phone bit first.
Right. That's what I was going to ask. If you could maybe do a quick phone bit.
You know, I
first.
could have done Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I realize that. yeah, you and Mickey Rooney. So, if you could maybe come together.
I could have done Michael Jackson.
I know.
But no, I come in here.
Is there some phone bit you could do for us when we come back?
All right, I'll think.
Very good.
No, I'll just do it for Michael Jackson. He'll love it more, probably. All right, we'll be back in a moment with Bob Newhart on the Mark and Brian program. No,
He's been
talking
calling.
about 5,000 people.
He's been calling the request line like for 2 hours.
Sorry about that, Stevie.
First of all, Stevie, Bob Newhart's here. If you want to say hi to him.
How you doing, Bob?
Steve, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Now, Stevie, we understand that something very monumental is about to take place, and for a wonderful cause. It's
been a long time since I've been to KLOS, so I'd like to check it out again.
Oh, it'd be great having you here.
And I've listened to you all before,
Well, thank you.
so let me see what I want to hear.
Stevie's going to make a request.
All right.
Huh?
All right. Anything you want to hear?
I want you to bust me out some Hendrix.
You got it. We're going to
bust you about some
Bust some Hendrix, Dad.
Pull some Hendrix. Anything special from the Hendrix cat?
Give me while I take the start.
Did you get that, Nicole?
Huh?
Yeah. All right, we're finding it.
Come on, let's get it.
We're going to find it. All right, you hang on. And again, Stevie, thank you for your work with this particular project and also for the wonderful music. This is great that we have a chance to thank you for that live.
Thank you, and I'll get you the stuff and give it to you in a minute.
You got it. Again, please come do the show when it's comfortable for you.
Great.
See you soon.
God bless you.
All right, Stevie Wonder calling in about a performance. And again, if you want information about that show, call the switchboard numbers, and they will give you all the information for those 2 charity programs on Friday night.
Yeah, for him to get up and call the switchboard, the request lines.
That was Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, no
that
kidding.
Was Stevie. And this is Bob Newhart.
Bob Newhart.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Well, and also very kind of you to allow that time from you.
But we know for a fact, Bob, that you don't like black singers. So, children, Mary Tyler Moore, and black singers.
It's a thing with him.
I don't know why.
We're trying not to, upset the man.
He was kind of giving us the cold shoulder during that thing.
But God, here we sit, What are we going to do?
Now, I realize this is probably going to be difficult for you, Bob, but you started out doing stage comedy, and you were well known for your telephone bits. Is there something you could do here for us?
Well, there was a routine which I love that never ever worked, but it was a guy who came back from. He was picked up by a UFO and was taken to Mars, and he came back and he was asked to describe his trip to Mars, and he was asked, was it like in advance, were they more advanced than we are? And he said, oh yes. And they said, well, how much? And he said, well, about 6 weeks. He said, because they had those disposable razors, up there, and we didn't have them here.
6 weeks ahead. Only 6 weeks.
Just,
Could have been 6
But advanced.
6 weeks ahead of us at this point. Very cool. Wonderful. Now, again, as we mentioned to you, beginning at 10 o'clock, and this is a rare treat, and again, Bob, we thank you and your people for allowing us to do
It's
this.
really very nice.
225 pairs of tickets to see Bob tape the Showtime special Friday night, and then tomorrow's program on the big show will be giving away another 225 pairs of tickets to see the Saturday night show.
Oh.
Isn't that right, Scotty?
Yes.
Isn't that right, Scotty?
Yes. Oh, you got me off guard. Oh, Steve Newhart, connoisseur of comedic calls, and who is taping a Super Showtime special specifically satisfying who support said.
All right.
You got me on.
Good enough, man. You get your $200.
All right.
Hey, Scotty, listen, you've
Hey,
sat
thank you, Bob.
Thank you, Scotty.
you've sat on this phone since 6 o'clock this morning, drank when you had no intention of doing that, and you've done a fabulous job, and we thank you for listening, and we thank you for your time.
Hey, I appreciate it.
All right, Scotty.
$200 in a pillowcase.
Oh, okay.
All right, see you later.
Hey, do I still hold on the line?
Yeah, you sure do, and we're going to get you that stuff right now.
Okay.
So you
Hey,
get off.
you feeling pretty good?
Hey, I'm feeling like I'm 3 sheets in a win now.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, again, it took a little while to catch up
And
with
stop
you.
drinking, okay?
Have a sandwich.
Hey, you bet.
All right.
All right, Scotty, thank you.
Okay.
All right, Bob, tell us again the date of when the show you just finished will air.
The retrospective is on November 23rd.
The retrospective.
Yes.
I love that,
That's
the
what
Bob
we call
Newhart
them.
retrospective.
Yes, that's
And
what we
that-
call it.
It's a reunion of the old Bob Newhart show with all the returning characters, including Mr. Carlin.
Mr. Carlin.
Now, what kind of shape mentally is Mr. Carlin in now, 19 years later?
Committable.
Yeah.
Well, he always
right on the
kinda
brink.
was.
Right on the brink.
He was so
one of
rude.
the advantages, we always did both shows in front of a live audience, and one of the advantages was that was only intended as a one-shot for Jack Riley, played Mr. Carlin. But the reaction, as well as the reaction to Larry, Daryl, and Daryl was so dramatic that we said, we've got to have them back.
Yeah.
We just got to have them back again. And if you guys go back on TV, do it in front of a live audience. It makes the difference. It really does. It stirs the juices and makes you.
We did one pilot before the show that got picked up. We did a pilot that did not get picked up, but we did 2 nights in front of our listeners. They were kind enough to come down and sit through it. And after those 2 nights of those live shows in front of the crowd, which wound up being about 30 seconds of film that was used in the actual pilot itself. But after those 2 nights, we felt really good about, because the live crowd, they seemed to enjoy. We had a good time. And then the editors put the show itself together. And, whoo!
It was very funny, this moment can never be recreated, but while we were in commercials last time, we were asking Bob, we said, "No, Bob, the papers are saying that our show is canceled, NBC's not talking yet. Do you have any advice?" And he paused, the very, traditional Bob Newhart pause.
It was about 15 seconds of pause.
He goes, "Well, I've never had a show that failed, so so I really can't help you."
Thank you, Bob.
Oh.
You really helped out. The show that you talked about that may air in 92, will that be on CBS?
On CBS, yeah.
You're buddies with them, aren't you?
Yeah. They've
been real good
they've
too?
been very good to me. They've been nice to me.
What's it going to be like? Do you know?
I have no idea. No, it's going to be called either The or Bob.
Okay, the, and I would assume they're going to try something different, like maybe singing cowboy or something. No, okay.
What kind of money you make, Bob?
You got a pool? You got a pool? Or
Well, I got a pool.
yeah, neato.
We got to go by.
Yeah,
we got to go hang out some morning.
And we won't swim in your toilet, and so and how that goes.
Let us, Bob, if you would be kind enough to just let us ask you this, and of course, if you're busy or if you've got stuff going on, each year at the end of our broadcasting year, which winds up this year will be on December the 20th, we do the Mark and Brian Christmas show, which we usually take it to a theater or an arena outside of the radio station. This year it's going to be at the Palladium. We have 4 hours, and a lot of the guests that have been on our program during the year come back and perform.
Now, before you answer, just know this. George C. Scott and Marlon Brando, we've already inked.
They're already in. They're there.
Okay.
And Bill Daly.
Yeah, he's in. Yeah. So if on the 20th, and realizing again your schedule may not permit, but on the 20th, if you are available, we would be just so thankful if you could drop by and just simply sit and say, hey.
Check the book.
If nothing else. So if it can be done, we'd love to have you.
Well, I don't have my schedule in front of me right now.
I realize.
Good answer.
Can I get back to you?
Oh, sure you can.
You got it.
Sure you can. Man, just too short a time with you.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many questions to ask, and so many people want to talk to you as well. And we.
And by the way, Michael Jackson is on the air right about now. You could pop across the hall and hit him. You could get him in.
Oh, Bob Newhart here. Oh, Bob Newhart stepping in.
Well, Bob, again, thank you very much for doing our program.
Thank you. It really is very nice of you.
You could have done a ton of them. So, gang, go ahead now. If you'd like to call, you can get your share of those 225 pairs of tickets to see Bob's taping of a Showtime special. It's Friday night, and then another one on Saturday. You can get those now.
I can't wait for that retrospective.
Yeah.
We can't. Everybody's looking forward to it.
It's good. It really is good.
Yeah, the writing of it, you're very pleased with it? Okay, good.
Bob, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enjoy your drive home. Did we send a car for you, or did you drive yourself?
No, there was. I asked for one there, but they said no.
Wouldn't do it?
We don't do that.
Yeah, well, Michael Jackson probably would have.
would have.
But not our show. Hell no.
So don't think about that. And if you do the Christmas show, no dice.
Not even going to pick up the room. The hell with you.
See you later.
Okay. All right.
Nope.
Stevie Wonder?
Wait, yes.
We're gonna play that one.
Oh, is it one of his new
Oh,
ones?
that's right. Did he leave a number we can announce now on the air?
Oh, yes, he did.
Okay. Let's see
All
that.
right, this is concerning the Stevie Wonder show that's going to be on Friday night. If you want to go, tickets are available. Again, it does benefit, as you heard, a great cause there.
Stevie Wonder, 2 shows Friday night at the Crossroads Theater, 7:30 and 10:30. Call 299-0765. 299-0765.
All right, and for that, here's a tunage from Stevie Wonder. Bob Newhart requested it.
Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, he requested this.
This is Stevie's request.
Hold on, Stevie.
I don't think Bob requested Jimi Hendrix.
Okay, cool.
I
But you
can't
never
imagine
know.
that. Who are we? All right, here it is.
All right, we'll see you gang tomorrow.
KLOS Los Angeles.
Oh, vibrator contest.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, that's right.
Sorry, Bob.
What?
Close it.
Yeah. We had to announce this. We forgot to mention it today. Tomorrow is the Mark and Brian annual loudest vibrator contest.
So what we need you to do is stop by Radio Shack, get you some fresh batteries,
Rev them up.
and get that thing ready for you,
give
baby.
away big cash for that. Now, Bob, feel free to call. That loudest vibrator contest.
All right, so that'll be tomorrow.
They do cure the back, though.
Of course they do.
If you have I've used them, and they really relieve the aches and pains.
Little knots in the back.
Yeah.
So call with that one if you would.
Boy, that felt weird to say loudest vibrator contest in front of Bob Newhart.
What? What? All right, now we also are going to do our very best in the
It felt very weird.
in the loudest vibrator contest. We're going to do our best to find a celebrity vibrator that we can put right there on the air for you.
Pretty damn sure it's not going to be Bob.
Though you never know.
Again.
At this point.
You could say.
Call up his house and he's got Jimi Hendrix blaring in the background. Yeah!
With his vibrator going. I'm just getting out the kinks, you guys.
All right, so join us for the loudest vibrator contest tomorrow. Begins bright and early at 6 o'clock. It will be the big show, and as always, the big show demands your presence.
Have fun today, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.